What's up, guys? We're just going to kick off with the meat of this tutorial in just a sec. I just wanted to do a quick video just to discuss some of the plugins that we're going to be looking at. I'm assuming with most DAWs, you're going to have a lot of the tools that you're going to need already. Compressors, distortion units, equalizers, etc. But I just wanted to quickly just go over and do a quick overview of scopes, which we're going to be using a lot in the next couple of videos. And it's something that's quite often overlooked. People don't like to spend money on scopes. They kind of just think it's a visualization plugin that doesn't really do anything. But when working with kick and bass lines, they're kind of essential to have, especially in sort of home studios where your monitoring may not be ideal or your room is not ideal. You often end up with issues in a room where there's standing waves and bass is not perceived the way that it should be. And just because of the nature of what bass is, those low frequency things, it's really handy to have some way of sort of just visualizing what's actually going on. Your ears can lie to you sometimes. Obviously, you want to be using your ears as much as possible, but it's important in this case to be able to see what's actually happening. So I'd highly recommend you sorting out a collection of visualization plugins, maybe before you go through this entire video as well. There's a few things that you should be looking for that might not be enabled with the DAW that you're using. Cubase, for example, it has some decent metering built into the mixer now, but not everything that we are going to be looking for in the next few videos. So the first thing that's going to be essential is a decent scope. I want to show you a few that we're going to cover. These are ones that I've used. Smexoscope or exoscope. This one is a little bit long in the tooth now. It's a little bit old and kind of lacking in a few features. I will run through this, how to set this up, because it is a little bit weird to get it to do what you want it to. But this is a free plugin, so you can go download this right now. What I would suggest you getting, though, is Vengeance Scope or something similar. It's a little bit more modern, has more features for syncing, which we'll cover. A scope is basically going to give you a readout, a waveform readout like this, like you would in your DAW when you're looking at an audio file. Only it'll update in real time post-processing if you stick it off to your processors. So it's quite handy for analyzing kicks and waveforms, which we will cover in detail. This one you can actually get for free as well. For I believe you can get it from Computer Music Magazine. I think they did a giveaway, so you might still be able to get it through them. You can also pick it up for free if you own any of Vengeance's other plugins, either the effect suites or multiband sidechain, whatever. You can pick this up for free. This one's very handy as well, as it also has a spectrum and a bunch of stereo meters, which brings me to the next thing that you're going to want to be looking for is a correlation meter. We're going to be talking about phase quite a bit later on as well, and that's kind of essential to have. It's very good to have this on hand at any point just to make sure that you're not having phase issues, but we'll cover that in detail as well. And always good to have a decent loudness meter as well. I've got this one from Brainworks. It also has a correlation meter built in as well, and does various different readouts for RMS or LUFS, etc. More recently, what I've moved over to mostly for my metering, I use Scope quite a bit, and adapters metric AB. This has the added benefit of being able to AB reference tracks and stuff. We'll come to a nice trick with this later on as well. It also has an amazing set of metering. That's really super handy. It is slightly on the expensive side, but this plugin's really changed my life in the studio completely. It really is a clever piece of software, this. I've done a walkthrough for this for Sonic Academy as well, so I highly recommend you go and check that out if you are interested in this at all. We'll also use a VU meter at some point. We'll come to that later. VU meter like this. This one particular one's pretty cheap to pick up as well. There are some free versions with a VU meter as well. You can also just use any VU meter in any sort of analog style compressor that you might have as well. So you might be able to get away with something that you actually already have. I'm pretty sure something like Steinberg's built-in compressors, a lot of them have VU meters as well, which you can actually use to do the same thing. So yeah, check out those. There's various different options as well. You don't need to get what I'm using. This Ulean is a decent loudness metering system as well. There's a free version of this. DMG track meter is another great one to go and check out. It also has a oscilloscope display as well, or scope display. Yeah, this is the Smexoscope one that I mentioned, and this Benchels I demoed the other day, which is quite cool. This one actually allowed you to have multiple channels on the same scope, which I think is really handy. So that's another one you can go and check out, although it is not free. It is a paid bundle. That. So anyways, just a quick intro. We got that out of the way. But yeah, and definitely make sure that you've got some decent metering tools for when you tackle low-end stuff like this. Right, so we'll move on to the actual nitty-gritty of this tutorial series, and I'll catch you in the next video.
Thanks everybody for watching, commenting, and indeed liking. We really do appreciate all the support we get here on our Sonic Academy YouTube channel. So if you found this video super useful, please, we'd love you to hit the subscribe button. We update the YouTube channel every week with new content. And if you want to watch some more relevant content, just click on the videos beside me.